what I see is a country that's way below its potential and a Conservative Party of Canada that is fractured.
The Conservative leadership race is underway. Some say it's heating up. I'd say it might be boiling over at this point, but we want to hear from the leadership candidates themselves. Why are they running? Jean Charest joining me now. And Mr. Charest, that's the first quick question for you. Why are you running for the leadership of the Conservative Party?
Well, hello, Brian. And for me, it boils down to a common theme of my whole political life, and that's the ideal of Canada. And throughout all of my 28 years and everything I've done actually in my life, there's one thing that I love more than anything else, and it's this country. And that's why I went to Quebec politics, to fight for the unity of the country and the future of the country. And what I see is a country that's way below its potential and a Conservative Party of Canada that is fractured, that is right now in very bad shape. It needs a leader able to unite the party and then to win a national election campaign. And of all the candidates in this race, the only one who can win a national government is me. So that's
okay. So, well, then, you know, there's 5 candidates so far that are saying that they can do that. You're all making the same claim that you'll unite the party and win. Give me the elevator pitch on why Jean Charest is the better candidate than the other guys to accomplish the ultimate goal, which is to form government after the next general election.
Brian, I have a very good, solid record as a Conservative, by the way, and including here in Quebec, we left an $8 billion surplus to the Legault government, and we have a higher credit rating in Quebec than we do in Ontario right now, that Ontario does. And in the period where I made choices, where I governed, where I was called to make policy for Canadians and people in this province, in this neck of the woods, we promoted market-based solutions, promoted economic growth, supported families, respected the rule of law, and ran really a government that respected the way our federal system works. So what I'm saying here is that I want our national government to have fiscal discipline. I want economic growth policies that include infrastructure like oil and gas and all the things that we need if we're going to prosper in this country. I want to be able to also make sure that this government of ours plays its role in the world, which isn't the case right now.
Okay, so you alluded to the fact that you were in Quebec and you were premier. So you were premier from 2003 to 2012. I covered you part of that time, part of the time when you were in opposition against the PQ government, the separatist government.
Yeah.
Your opponent says, well, you led a Liberal Party and you governed like a Liberal. That's Pierre Poilievre's critique of you. I'm hearing a lot of people repeat that. What do you say? How do you answer that and say, well, no, I'm not switching parties 5 times. I'm a Conservative.
Well, Brian, anyone who says that is misleading other people. I mean, it's ludicrous. When you know that in Quebec politics, when I came to Quebec politics, there was no Conservative Party in Quebec, as is the case in British Columbia, A. B, Preston Manning and Stephen Harper were among those asking me to go to Quebec to fight off the separatist threat. And I made the sacrifice and I went there and I did it because I believe in the country. And then when I got into government, if you look at the record of my government, William Watson wrote about this yesterday, and others have written about this. I mean, the record I have as someone who led the Quebec government is one of a Conservative who whipped this province into good shape economically and put the finances in good order. And that in itself speaks to what I believe in my core, in my heart, and it explains why I've always been a strong Conservative.
So let's talk about how your experience at the different levels works. You were a federal cabinet minister under Brian Mulroney. You were a federal leader from 93 to 98, then Quebec premier from 2003 to 2012. Those are very different experiences. How does that change or make you different than most people involved in federal politics?
Well, this is something I want to bring to the job. I think it would be a breath of fresh air in Ottawa to have a prime minister who clearly understands how this federal system of ours works. And the first thing to understand is that this country of ours is operated on a day-to-day basis by the provinces, healthcare and education. And the federal government's job is to coordinate. It has great powers with the spending power and transfers money. But where I think, and I know I could make a difference, is in helping this federal system operate efficiently to get big things done. And if we have a prime minister who understands that, and everyone is in their lane, in their jurisdiction, but you play the right role, well, then big projects become possible, which has not been the case for the last few years.
No, definitely not. We've become the country that can't do anything. Well, we'll let the audience speak as well. Let us know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media and make sure you subscribe to our channel.